Marvel fans and toy fans, we have here the 2-pack Luis figure and Ghost figure, and this is actually based off, of course, Ant-Man the Wasp, which I actually really liked. So yeah, I've been excited for these characters since they were first announced, and I'm so happy to finally have them. There are some little gripes there, but you know, they're still great figures. So as for locating these, I found these at Target, so just a heads up. So we're going to start off with Luis, because the actor is really awesome, and he's pretty much one of the highlights of the movie, especially with his storytelling. Now as for the face printing, they did a remarkable job. I honestly am surprised how well done they got Luis. The sculpt, the hair, it's just amazing. Like you can see here from the back, just a little hairline receives, and the sideburns, the ears, you know, no issues at all. It's just that smirk. It's such a trait of his character. And if we were to get the box art here, you can actually see they did such a remarkable job of capturing that likeness. It's such a huge improvement from Hasbro for sure. And just a little close-up, you can see the beard, the little mustache, the teeth, the eyes, the shading, just really well done. Now for the rest of the figure, you got his little suit, which he actually has in the movie. You got the little ex-con emblem, and you can see here, if you zoom in, security consultant and the little logo, which is surprising because this is very tiny, so I'm surprised how Hasbro got that done. As for the rest of the figure, you can't really take off the suit piece. If you do, you're gonna have to take out the arms, or you can try to get an X-Acto knife and cut that, but why'd you want to do that? I'm pretty sure in the whole movie he actually has it buttoned up, so just a heads up. Now, so the back of the figure, you can see here, really nice done, well shading blue. In the back, you got the cocky pants, got little wrinkles, and I don't know if it's me, but I think these are the Luke Cage shoes from the Netflix one. And I feel like, to me, they're a little bit out of proportion, and they really affect his stance. Like right here, you can see that he's wearing tight pants and the boots just stick out. I mean, if they would have picked a bit tinier shoes, would have been nicer, but I don't remember what shoes he was wearing. That's my only gripe there. That's the accessories for Luis. He actually gets Dr. Pym's building, and you can actually adjust this here. That's really awesome. Like, honestly, I'm surprised they added that little feature. I thought they would have left it like that, but you can actually push it down and pull it up. And it's in a rubbery feel, so don't feel like you're going to break it just because you're trying to push it down. Unfortunately, you don't have wheels, so you're just going to have to look awkwardly pulling it. Now, so with the ant, you get this medium-sized ant. I forgot the name of this one, but you know, you have a little flat black in the bottom and top brown. It has a decent paint job. What's remarkable is about this building. I mean, you guys look at the style, really well done, nice sculpt. It's just the tiny details they really went into this. My only problem is I got a ding on mine, so I guess little QC error there. I don't know if you guys can see in the camera. Now as for while he's holding this, let's see, put a little hand there. I guess he doesn't really have a gripping hand. You're just gonna have to use the hand he has and act like he's dragging it. And just a comparison next to the little ant. Now as for articulation for Luis, he's using the same suit body mold, so just a heads up. The only difference is he has Luke Cage boots, and his suit here is just buttoned up, so you can't really take that off. As for the head, you can twist around all the way with no problems. You can look this much down, back this much. You do have a neck joint. You can tilt that far left and that far right. You can move the arms all the way around. You can raise them this much up and this much high. And you do have arm swivel, so you can twist around with no problems. You do have double jointed, so you can go all the way back to the point that he's scratching his head. And I forgot to mention, he actually has a little ring there. Really nice detail. Let's back to the articulation. He can move his head all the way around with no problems. He can go this far up and that far down. Now as for ab crunch, you can go this far down and this far back. And he's very limited on that area, and it's just because the suit piece here is really blocking some of the areas. And unfortunately, you can't really shift it up or down a lot, so you're gonna have to stay pretty much like that as you see it. Now as for the tie, you can actually pull out the tie, so you can make it look like he's business or party. So party Luis, and then business Luis. Now as for the waist, you can turn this far all Now as for the waist, you actually have a lot of articulation there. You can twist around with no problems. And it's using the waist to crunch down. You can go this far down and this far back. Now as for leg articulation, you can kick this far up and kick this far back. So it stucks right there just because the butt. And as for double jointed knees, you can go all the way back here. As for thigh swivel, you do have thigh swivel, so you can twist around with no problems at all. And you do have ankle pivot. You can go this far left and that far right. Kick this far up and that far down. So overall, I really like the Luis figure. Hasbro done a really well job on the face sculpt, and the rest of the figure is nicely done. Little details there and there. My only complaint is just his shoes feel a bit out of proportion, but maybe it's just my opinion. So that's it for Luis. Now it's time to get Ghost going. So out of the way, Luis. Now as for Ghost, Hasbro did a remarkable job on the sculpt. I am surprised how well done this is. You can twist around the figure and see all these little tiny details, little circular areas here. And yeah, it's like, it seems like just 3 paint jobs, gray, and then just a lighter gray, and then the blue here. But you know, they really captured pretty much the character's design so well. And I feel like this would have been the heels, like the Black Widow heels, and they probably used it for her. Probably because it has a lot of great articulation. And as for the rest, you know, single jointed, the only complaint there. But the figure looks amazing. Now as for an up close on Ava / Ghost, it actually really catches a good job in resembling the character, especially the face design, the hair design, and even the back of their hair has a little, I say, tucked in there with the cow piece connected. And actually, just a heads up guys, you do get 2 separate heads. You get the Ghost head and the unmasked head. Now, so the rest of the face of the unmasked head, you can see here they did a good job printing the rest of the face, the eyes, the lips, nose, the eyebrows. Good job on the shading there. Man, you are kind of limited on turning left, so you're going to have to like tilt the head up just to turn this far left and awkwardly stick out the hair like that. Now, as for the Ghost head, it really does a well job on capturing just the likeness of Ghost in the movie. And then you have a nice texture here, a nice sculpt here. The only thing that's unfortunate about this head, it's actually one piece. I mean, yeah, you can do some kind of hot water mod and pop this out here, but it's actually, it seems like there might be a little joint top here that's connected to this or glued to here that you can't pop out the head. You have to keep it with the cow piece with the head on. Now, as for swapping out the head, you're gonna have to pop this head. It's kind of really tight in there, and then you can pop in the masked head. It looks really well done. It really does a good job capturing that character's look. As for articulation for Ghost, if you already have a female figure from Marvel Legends, pretty much you know what you're getting yourself into. Same articulation, same single jointed elbows, but you know, let's see how this goes. As for head, with the mask piece, you can only turn this slight left before you notice that the cow piece is already tucking in. You could try to slightly pick up the neck, and you can turn this far left. But then it starts getting a little bit tougher because this here is getting blocked. Now as you're looking down, you can look this far down, you can look this far back, you can tilt this far left, and tilt that far right. So very limited with the cow piece on here. Now as for arms, you can go all the way with no problems. You can raise them this far up, raise them this high up. And you do have single jointed elbows, so you can go this far back. Now as for hands, this is kind of a letdown because unfortunately you only get one set of hands, which is the default hands that it comes with, which is the object hands and the open grasp hand. And it's a bummer because you see, like, Hasbro really did a good job on doing a texture here. You know, you can see the fingertips have a nice sculpt and just a sculpt on the outside of the hand. And unfortunately you only get one set of hands, and I wish I would have gotten more hands with her, but I guess we got to stick with what we got. So now as we're back to hand articulation, she can go this far up, and she can go this far down, and she can twist around with no problems. Now as for ab crunch, the character has very limited ab crunch, so you can only go this far down, and this far back, and you can tilt the waist this far left, and that far right, and you can twist around with no problems. And unfortunately you don't have a bottom waist piece to move around, so you're gonna have to rely on using the crotch to go farther down. So you're gonna go this far down with the waist, the crotch piece, and this far at the back. So kind of limited there. It's a real bummer that, you know, there's no waist piece to use. You're gonna have to rely on using the chest piece. Now as for leg articulation, you can kick this far up, you can kick this far back, and unfortunately it stops right there because of the butt area, so you're going to have to rely on using the double joint knees, which you can go this far back. Now as for thigh swivel, you do have thigh swivel, you can twist around with no problems. You could even kick the leg around with no problems. You do have ankle pivot, so you can twist this far left, that far right, kick this far up, and this far down. As for skill comparison, we got the Mafex John Wick and the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider next to these two. And you can see here that they actually stand at a good 1/12 scale. So I really like how they scale next to other Marvel Legends figures in other lines. So overall, these two are awesome. I'm really glad Hasbro released this set. I mean, there are some little gripes there where, you know, I wish we would have got hand accessories for Ghost, or even a little effect, you know, her Ghost effect, just one arm to swap out. Would have been perfect, would have been perfect. But hey, at least we got these two, which was a big surprise that we got Luis. It's especially that the movie was out maybe last year, 2 years ago. And hey, we got them. We love it. This is awesome. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them below, and I'll do my best to respond back. And like always, thanks for watching and take care.